If she had hesitated for even a single moment, if she had obeyed tradition and stepped aside like others expected her to, one of Southeast Asia's greatest empires might never have existed. Because when Java stood on the edge of collapse, power did not rise from a king's sword, it rose from the will of a woman. Her name was Tribhuwana Wijatungadui, the queen who forged the Majapahit Empire, not through inheritance alone, but through vision, strategy, and absolute determination. This is the story of how she turned a fragile kingdom into a legendary empire. In the early 14th century, Majapahit was young, vulnerable, and surrounded by enemies. Rebellions erupted from within. Rival kingdoms waited for any sign of weakness. The Mongol invasion still haunted memory. Trade routes were unstable, and loyalty was a fragile currency. The throne passed to Tribhuwana, not because she was the obvious choice, but because no one else could hold the kingdom together. Many nobles believed her reign would be temporary. A woman ruling a Javanese empire was unthinkable to them. They expected her to fail. She did not. From the moment she ascended the throne, Tribhuwana understood something vital. Majapahit could not survive by defending itself alone. It needed to expand or be destroyed. But she also knew brute force would shatter the kingdom from within. So she chose a different path. She began by reshaping loyalty. Instead of crushing rival nobles, she integrated them. Instead of ruling through fear, she ruled through purpose. She elevated capable leaders regardless of their origin and rewarded results, not bloodlines. And then, she made her most dangerous decision. She trusted a man no one else dared to trust. That man was Gajah Mada, ambitious commander, with a dream so large it terrified the court. He believed Majapahit could unite the entire archipelago under one banner. Most rulers would have silenced him for his audacity. Tribhuwana empowered him. She didn't just appoint him, she protected him. When nobles mocked his vision, she stood firm. When rebellions broke out, she gave him the authority he needed. When failures came, she did not abandon him. Together, they formed one of the most powerful political-military partnerships in Southeast Asian history, and Majapahit began to change. Under Tribhuwana's command, the empire expanded beyond Java. One by one, rival kingdoms fell not always by conquest, but by calculated pressure, strategic alliances, and control of vital trade routes. Bali was subdued. Palembang was brought under influence. Strategic ports across the archipelago fell into Majapahit's hands. Each victory strengthened the empire's economy. Each alliance expanded its reach. Each success silenced her critics. But power breeds fear, and fear breeds betrayal. As Majapahit grew, rival nobles began to panic. They whispered that Tribhuwana had grown too powerful, that Gajah Mada threatened traditional authority, that the empire was moving too fast. Rebellions erupted. Armies marched against her rule, and once again, they underestimated the queen. Instead of reacting emotionally, Tribhuwana acted decisively. She crushed revolts swiftly, replacing unstable leaders with loyal administrators. She cut off rebel supply lines. She isolated traitors politically before confronting them militarily. She ruled not as a figurehead but as a brilliant strategist. Majapahit survived because she refused to hesitate. Yet her greatest test was not war, it was restraint. When her mother, the former ruler, died, Tribhuwana faced a choice: cling to power, or step aside for the next generation. Most rulers would have refused to let go, but she was different. She voluntarily passed the throne to her son Hayam, not as a retreat, but as a calculated move to ensure stability. And because of that selfless decision, Majapahit reached its golden age. Under the foundation she had built, the empire expanded further than ever imagined. Trade flourished. Culture thrived. Law stabilized. Diplomacy replaced chaos. Tribhuwana did not vanish from power. She became its foundation. History often remembers empires by their kings, but Majapahit was shaped by a queen who ruled at the moment it mattered most, when collapse was inevitable unless someone strong enough to defy tradition stepped forward. Tribhuwana forged the empire. Others inherited it. She laid the structure. Others expanded it. She made Majapahit unstoppable not through conquest alone, but through discipline, vision, and courage. Her legacy lives quietly across Indonesia, in unity, in culture, in memory. She was not a queen who ruled from behind a throne. She was the ruler who turned a kingdom into an empire. And she did it in a world that never expected a woman to lead. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite topic you want me to cover next. Your support helps bring these forgotten queens back to life.